name is Andrea from Adams Memorial Library, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make our little alligator summer craft kit craft. So you will need to pull out this bad boy with all of your materials in it. Inside this Tails and Tails bag is going to have everything that you need to make this little guy. You're going to be looking for your glue stick today, your scissors, you're going to need that pack of markers, and then there's going to be a little plastic baggie kit in there that kind of looks like this. It has those sharp little razor teeth to make your alligator chomp. You're going to need, it's also going to have those little pipe cleaners in there, some eyeballs, and then a green popsicle stick. So you want to make sure you grab all those things, and then we're ready to get started. Okay, so as you can see, I do have my materials here for a little alligator stick craft. So make sure you have those out of your bag before you begin. The first thing you want to do is go ahead and take out your two pipe cleaners, and you can kind of just straighten them out. And then it doesn't matter which one, just pick one to start with, and you have your stick here. But what you want to do is on this end, before you start wrapping it, you want to go ahead and fold down the tip and press it really nice and close together. It just kind of makes it a little smoother on the end, and it takes away that piece that's a little sharp. Okay, so once you have that, this is actually going to be your your right back leg. So when you want to pick up your popsicle stick, and then what you want to do is kind of line it. So here's my end, and I want to say that's a good, and I can use my scissors here because there's a ruler. You don't have to line it up exactly. I'm just doing this to give you an idea. It's about 4 inches. You just want to go a little way in. And the best part is if you make it too long or you make it too short, it's not attached, so you can always readjust it. You want to go ahead and wrap it around like so. So just to show you again, I started with my pipe cleaner under the stick, took my right hand side of the pipe cleaner and wrapped it around. So I have that. And then I'm just going to kind of bend this. You can see I have them bent here to show it's my leg. And again, you can bend it however way you want your legs to be. And there we go. And then I'm going to take this same piece and just start wrapping it around. Now, you do want to make sure that you will rewrap with the other piece, but you want to try to keep it as close together so you don't have these big gaps in between your wraps. I'm just going to keep wrapping like this until you get to about the same length as your other piece. So I went a little too far in that one. I think I'm just going to pull it back, leave it here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bend it down because it's going to be my front leg. I'm going to take that little jaggy end piece, fold it over just like I did with this piece down here to make a smooth little leg there for my alligator. And there we go. And this is the part where if you want to adjust, so if you want this piece to be your head, and you feel like I got too much tail going on back here, you can always just slide down your pipe cleaner folds. Or if you want it, oh, I need more tail space, less head space, then you can slide it up too. Either way works. All right. So there we go. You got the first 2 legs on. Then we're going to do a very similar move for the second piece. We're going to start by folding down the top piece here like this. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to start the opposite way. So this time I'm going to put it under. And I'm going to wrap around just like this. And then this leg's all ready to be adjusted. Bend it down a little. And your scissors will cut this pipe cleaner. So if you find like, oh, I made this leg too long and I can't go back and try to fix it with my fold, you can always cut it down too. That's perfectly fine. But once you have your leg to where you want it to be, you're going to just continue to wrap up the body just like this until I get my leg piece to about where I want it. I'm going to pull and kind of bend down. And you can see I have that spiky edge again. So just like I did before, I'm going to fold it down and tuck it in. So there you go. You can see we got our legs and our body. Yep. So your body of your alligator is on and good to go. Next part you want to work on is your head. So we got to give him that little sharp teeth. So he's got a little bit, he or she, I should say, got a little bite to him. Now in your pack, you do have this template, so you want to get ready with this. But you also should have 2 eyes. I will warn you, these eyes are very tiny. So you may want to leave them in the bag until you're ready to put the eyes on. But just keep track of where your eyeballs are. You're going to take your glue stick and you're just going to rub some glue on the top part of your glue stick. So you pick which end you want to be your head and your tail. I've picked this end as my head, so I'm going to put some glue up there. And then you can glue your eyeballs straight across. I feel they fit better, and I kind of like the way it looks on the alligator when you give him a little bit slanted eyes there. So I'm going to give him diagonal eyes here. And I got a silly look going on, which I like, but if you want to glue yours straight across, that's fine. If you want to give them really crazy eyes, you can glue them up and down as well. It's completely up to you. But I'm just going to put a little glue in there with my glue stick, kind of press them down just a little by lightly tapping. And then I'm going to let that sit over here to dry while I cut out my teeth. So inside your little bag here, you had a template. There are 2 on here. You won't need both. I just gave you 2 because if you're like me and maybe cut one wrong or you don't like how the first one turns out, you always have a backup here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut this in half. I'm going to go with this one to start. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. And you don't have to cut right on the lines, but as you can see, they're like little jagged triangles the whole way down. So I'm just going to cut this way. And the main thing is you want to keep the width of this pattern because you are, as you can see in my original one, you're going to glue it underneath so the teeth need to stick out on either side. So that's why you want to make sure you're following this pattern so that you do have that. But like I said, if you accidentally miss one tooth, I should say, it's not the end of the world. You can see I now have that cut out. Now I don't really want my lines to show up because I didn't meet every black line that was on the template. So I'm going to flip it over so it looks nice and pearly white for those teeth. And then it's up to you. You can either put glue on the bottom. I find it easier to just go ahead and take your glue stick and put a nice little heap of glue right down the middle. And then you want to take this, and then this is kind of where you can play around. You just want to make sure you have teeth showing on both sides. Give it a good stick. Now, just like any other kind of glue, this will have to set to dry for a little bit. Probably if you give it a good 5 or 10 minutes, you should be good to go. And if one of your eyes or your teeth fell off, you can always just add some glue on there to get back in place. Now the last thing I did on mine, and this is optional, you don't have to do this, but I did give mine a little snout or his little nose at the bottom here. So what you want to do is you have that marker kit in your bag, just take your black marker, and I just went right kind of to the tip of this popsicle stick and put 2 dots to give him a snout. Now, if you want to design his tail, add other color to them, that's completely up to you, but the markers do write really well on the popsicle stick, so you can always design that way as well. But there you go. We now have our alligator and we're ready to chomp away. Thank you again for joining me for making our little alligator chomper for today. Don't forget to go on to Beanstack and put in the code word whale to get your extra chance at one of our awesome prizes this summer. Also, while you're on there, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter to check out some of our really cool activities we have going on this summer. Until next time.